Hi dancers! This is an introduction to weight training if you've never done it before. If you've watched this, you just go right ahead and skip it and go straight onto your weight routine. So if you've never used weights before, the first thing you need to know is that enhanced fitness is a senior workout. So all of the weights and weight training that I'm going to show you are absolutely designed for you as a senior or a deconditioned adult or somebody who might have arthritis or osteoporosis. It's absolutely safe for you, and it's the most effective weights without having to do hundreds of different workouts. So there are 4 exercises for the arms and about 6 for the legs, and they'll get you sorted. So if it's your very first time doing this, I would say please don't use any weights. Just do the lifting. There'll be arm lifting and this kind of thing, and just do it without weights. That's absolutely fine. Once you start getting bored with that and you're ready to move on, however, there are different types of weights that you can use. In general, Enhanced Fitness suggests that you use a cuff. I don't have a wrist cuff, I've only got an ankle cuff here right now, but it's a pack which you can see has Velcro straps here, and this is meant for your ankles, but you could use it. It's a little bit big. As you can see, it's a little too big, but I can just about use it as a wrist cuff. A little awkward to put on with one hand. And the advantage to this is that you don't have to, so if I did it up fully, it would look like that. The advantage to this is that as you're lifting, say you're doing biceps, you don't have to grip anything. You can just relax your hand. So your hand is free, so there's no gripping. So for people who have arthritis in their hands, as I do, it's sometimes more comfortable to wear a cuff. The other thing that you can do is you can go down to a store, a local sports store. We have Big 5 near us, and they will sell you this kind of thing. This is a small dumbbell, short, made from neoprene. It's obviously got iron inside it. You can also get ones that are vinyl. So they say pretty clearly how many weights they are. This is a 2-pound weight, and you grip them. But only use this if your grip is strong enough, if you're not going to have it slipping out of your hand. I'm embarrassed to say, these are so old. These are probably 30 years old. I have these really old weights. I think they're filled with sand. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a 5-pound weight. So again, this is something you only want to use if your grip is strong enough. And if you're absolutely at a loss and you don't have any weights, but you want to use a weight and your hands are strong enough, you can always use the tin can. These weigh about a pound, and you could use those quite adequately. I wouldn't really recommend this because I think it involves, if you're only lifting 1 pound, it's also likely your hands might not be that strong, and you don't want to go dropping this on your toe. So probably not the best thing. I'm also advertising for Trader Joe's, that looks like. Okay, anyway, all of these things are available online. You can find various, if you just search in Google or Amazon, not to plug any particular outlet, but you will find a lot of these things available. These kinds of weights, you can buy them individually. They range from $10 to $20 for one. And the heavier the weight, the more they cost. When you're going for cuff weights, they're actually a little cheaper. I found that some of the cuff weights on Amazon, I think the cheapest was about 11 or 12, and then they go all the way up to about 40. But I would say an average price for a decent cuff weight that you could use on your ankle or your wrist if they're not too big, it would probably set you back somewhere between about $15 and $30 for 2. Do make sure you're buying a set of 2. I've heard horror stories where people opened the package and there was only 1. The other thing that you can do, if you spend a little bit more, if you want to spend sort of $30 to $40, you can get one like this. This is adjustable. As I said, this is actually for my ankle. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little packets of sand inside. They're held in at the top. These pockets have Velcro, and inside each one is a little pouch filled with sand. The only downside is I've had these 25 years, and the sand sometimes starts to, it doesn't leak out, but there's little tiny fragments sometimes underneath where this has been. You can get ones also that have little iron bars in, and if I get some of those, I'm thinking of ordering some of those. I'll do an unpacking video, unboxing video, and you can see what those look like, and we can do a little comparison. But so for right now, okay, so grab some weights of your choice. You can either look in my videos and you'll find either seated or standing weights routines. And the other really important thing is that when I demonstrate, I always demonstrate using right and left arms, for example. So if we were doing this exercise, I would demonstrate it with both arms. If you have any injuries at all, you can just use one arm. And if I'm demonstrating 2 times, you can always do one arm the first set, and then the second set, when we repeat the exercise, do it with the other arm. And that way you can really focus on an arm if it is injured. So that's something else to bear in mind, that just because I demonstrate with 2 arms doesn't mean that you have to. You can do it just with one arm. And also some of my weights routines have only 1 set, just so the video doesn't get too long. And if you want to do 2 sets, just watch it 2 times through. Alright, let's get started. Check your posture, hold your core in, lift up your chest, level off your chin, and grab your weights, and you are ready to start. Let's get fit.